Okay, if you're working on M16 word problems with fractions, we're going to practice doing a couple of them. First, read your whole entire problem. So Eric has 2/5 of a cup of powdered sugar. He sprinkles 1/2 of the sugar onto a plate of brownies and sprinkles the rest onto a plate of lemon cookies. How much sugar does Eric sprinkle on the brownies? Simplify your answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number. So he has 2/5 of a cup of powdered sugar. He sprinkles 1/2 of it onto a plate of brownies and the rest of it onto a plate of lemon cookies. How much does he sprinkle onto the brownies? So we need to figure out what 1/2 of 2/5 is. So we need to write down 1/2 of, and remember when we see of, we're multiplying, 2/5. Then we just multiply like normal. Multiply your numerators together, multiply your denominators together. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Now we are not done because it did ask us to simplify our answer and write it as a proper fraction. So I have my answer of 2/10. 2 and 10 are both divisible by 2, meaning I can divide 2 and 10 by 2. So 2/10, and you have to divide numerator and denominator by the same thing if you're simplifying, divided by a giant 1 of 2 over 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the simplest way for me to write this is 1/5. Okay, if you're working on M16 multiplying two fractions in word problems, we are going to do a couple practice ones here. So the first thing that we're going to do is read the whole entire problem and figure out what they're actually asking. So of the songs in Lester's music library, 1/4 are rock songs. Of the rock songs, 1/4 feature a guitar solo. What fraction of the songs in Lester's music library are rock songs that feature a guitar solo? And then it wants me to simplify my answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number. So, of the songs in his library, 1/4 are rock songs. Of the rock songs, 1/4 feature a guitar solo. So how many of these songs are rock songs that feature a guitar solo? So we need to find 1/4 of 1/4. So remember, we have 1/4 of, which means we're multiplying because we're finding a part of a part, times 1/4. Then we just multiply like regular. Numerator times numerator. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 4 is 16. It did ask us to simplify our answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number. 1/16 is as simple as I can go. The only number that goes into 1 and 16 is 1, which means it is as simple as can be. So let's just enter in our answer. There we go. Let's try another one. Yes, I want to erase. At the Wayne Aquarium, 1/3 of the animals are mammals. Of the mammals, 2/3 are dolphins. What fraction of the animals at the Wayne Aquarium are dolphins? Simplify your answer. Again, write it proper or as a whole or mixed number. So 1/3 are are mammals. 2/3 are dolphins. So what fraction of the animals at the Wayne Aquarium are dolphins? So I need to find what 2/3 of 1/3 is. So I'm going to do 2/3 times 1, oops, that's a little squiggly, 1/3. Multiply like normal. Numerator 2 times 1, denominator 3 times 3. 2 nights. I need to check to make sure this is as simple as it can be. I know that the only number that can go into 2 and 9 is 1. So again, it is as simple as can be. Okay, I know what the answer to this one is. We're going to go on. I want to get to one where we have to simplify it. This is the same. Again. Okay, let's do this one. The cattle at the Marshall farm are fed 2/3 of a bale of hay each day. The horses are fed 1/2 as much hay as the cattle. How many bales of hay are the horses fed each day? Simplify your answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number. So, the cattle are fed 2/3 of a bale. The horses are fed 1/2 as much hay as the cattle. So I need to find out what 1/2 of 2/3 is. So I'm going to get my pencil. 1/2 of 2. Whoa, why can't I write thirds? That looks a little crazy. Then we just multiply like normal. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Now, this is not as simple as it can be. I know that 6 is a multiple of 2, which means 2 can go into 2 and 6. So I'm going to simplify this a little bit. 2/6. I'm going to divide 2 by 2. I'm going to divide 6 by 2. This is going to give me 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now the only number that can go into both of them is 1, which means it is as simple as it can be. So 1/3 bales of hay are fed to the horses. There we go.